Hi and welcome to this update, another shoe video, but it's not really about the shoes. And there are some thoughts I want to just share, and it's that we have this saying, if the shoe fits. So I guess the thought is, well, what if it doesn't? And we say that for situations, and I think this is kind of sort of similar. If the shoe fits and what if it doesn't? If it fits you, that it doesn't fit, so to speak. I mean, if the shoe doesn't fit, there's a meaning, why, or no point in, well, not only no point, but why do we at times try and kind of squeeze our feet into the as we squeeze our feet into the shoe? Do we at times try and squeeze like ourselves and who we are trying to be into a situation that doesn't really fit to us anymore, and we've already outgrown it? When we say the bigger person for it, and when you're like the bigger person, like you're bigger now, you have grown so much and you don't really fit in anymore, or you don't even fit in the situation. You've kind of, even if you're only beginning to notice that actually it kind of, what do you call it when, oh, squeezes here or there, and you start beginning to see like maybe there could be something else out there for me where I could, we say where I'm accepted, but it's not only maybe somewhere else, either a different physical place or a different situation where we will be accepted. It's also, I noticed I heard actually somebody say something yesterday, and it's like it also it's us giving ourselves the chance to be accepted when we moving out of there, like, or when we have, it's funny because moving is kind of with shoes, we walk, but we try and walk through life. We can't really walk our own lives, our own pathway in life, if we at the same time trying to squeeze ourselves into shoes that maybe I don't know, surroundings or whoever, or a lot of times it's us trying to kind of force that to happen, or pressure literally the foot in, pressure ourselves to try and fit in, when if we don't, we don't. And it's very symbolic that I'm getting to reconsider some of my shoes. I did make a shoe video. I ended up keeping so many. I made the whole video and I never edited it. I had all these not only healthy but very true thoughts, but then somehow these shoes are here. So these one I cleaned them, so that's why they're here, because cleaned so that the water can drip in here then. But for some reason they don't fit, and it's strange and interesting because they're actually my right size, what is everybody's right size, and somehow, like, I looked online all over the internet, it says that Chucks actually come out bigger than normally people's sizes, and even some store guys say like he normally brings the size and then like a size down or a half size down for people, like the one they ask for and the next one down. I don't remember if it's the next one or half size down or a whole size down, but for some reason I have these, and I actually put the, how do you say, like, I took a shoe that does fit me. How come every other shoe is the same size and they do fit? And these actually, it wasn't this one, so I don't know if it does the same thing, but you know how when you hold them like together and then they actually came out longer physically, is like, well, maybe not this one because this one's pointy, but the one I did, like I did it with 2 or 3. How? And they still don't fit, and I tied them more loosely, so that's like, I think made it a lot better. But then the front, it still squeezes, and I guess rubber doesn't really like expand the way leather does. Maybe canvas would. There's some stretch because it's fabric probably. And I do have a shoe stretcher, but for some reason every time, like, I wanted them to fit so badly. Well, badly, not badly. I don't want them to fit badly. I want them to fit right, but that's how they feel, the feet. So, it's weird when the words come out of you before you know they're right. But everything with the acting is reacting and impulse, which I have faith that guardian angels or, Christ home made me like my gaze fall upon that street sign where it said impulse there. I don't know why. That might be the name of the company that put it there. I don't know. I have photos of the photo on Facebook. I haven't gotten to tell the story, and by now it's like I can't tell it all, so I can't tell it all, even though I want to tell it all. And I was sitting there, I was actually praying, but impulse was exactly the answer too. And it's an impulse. Oh my god, I didn't know it's an impulse to like go and look somewhere, and you didn't know why yet, and I was praying, and I'd been asking myself that question anyway, and where do I go from here? And then it's almost like, when you're not feeling too great because while we're looking for the next solution, but it's an impulse to look up and look at, I don't know, this or that. Because I'm not outside where the sign is, but I had the photos and like there's a sign, and I didn't know why, like there was a woman's face, not a real woman, but like some poster. But it's an impulse. I followed the impulse because I was like, I guess we say lost in thought, but I was in thought because I wasn't really lost. I mean, I was praying. I was pretty much directed the right direction, but I was like, I needed direction too. So I guess you were praying for direction, but you turned to the right place. So you're not really lost, but you're in thought. So you don't really notice. And then I'm like, why am I looking at this woman? And then my gaze, it was almost like my gaze was like directed at the street sign. Except it was out of impulse that I even looked up from where I was in the first place, and I say the words impulse. And that's that. So that told me that, and I took it, and anyone can say coincidence or this was from way earlier, but like, and you can feel the difference. And there's something to something. And I think when we don't notice it comes at us again and again. Until we do. But it fits right in. It's like, maybe the impulse was already, it doesn't really work. And it's like, I've had them for a while. I always want them to work. I always try and squeeze myself in. And then they still simply don't really work. And I still have him. I liked him so much that I wanted them to work more than. And now I'm at the place where, I have to face, if something doesn't work, then it doesn't work for our lives. I'm still saying our because this goes for everybody, I think. Human being. And, I'm not gonna make any promises for the future. What will happen to these shoes? Because, there's a part of me that really likes them. I really like the pink. Especially this pink. Because normally I don't like bright pink. But this is sort of like a watermelon type pink. I don't know. This is sort of different. It's almost like more neon. And to me it makes a difference. I'm like the person who really noticed like these subtle differences in tones, especially pink. I guess because there's a type of pink I really like. But anyway, I don't want to schwaff it. I don't want to like say things in vain here, but and it was so fun buying them. I love that. I appreciate the memory. And there's some where they say like a vintage sale, and I only paid $10, and I did try them on, but I don't know if I wanted them to work so much that I made myself believe in it, but the moment where you try something on is quite short, so you might be under the impression, this is gonna work, and then you actually wear them for a whole day, and you're like, oh my feet, but it wasn't even so bad, because if it wears like really bad, you notice, but when it's so subtle, it's like, I am beginning to notice. I don't even wanna, I don't know if that's an excuse, because we do know, and we don't really accept things and face it, and I'm still saying we, but a representative of all, we have to face. And this world, as a whole, it's in such a change. Now, this was true before, and it's always true. But I wonder whether the whole world is growing out of its old, I want to say shell or something, and expanding in a way, in a sense of energetically. What do we say the world's not, when we say a small world, and I think we're starting to, we openly care about each other, and now you can start talking to anyone, because we all know we're all in this together, and there's a virus, like, we care about each other's health, and I don't know if that really fits in, or if it's just me right now, but I feel like, the world is different. Maybe the world is growing out of its own shoe, that it put on itself, how you have to be, or, neighbors. There was one video, I hope I have this on video, because I remember I was thinking it, to kind of get to know our neighbors. And I was getting to know them a little bit, and I think lockdown sort of really helped us. Maybe everybody's all doing that, but I see it, and I want to say hi to people in our world other than, like, walking past. But forget about the world as a whole, because either way, whether that was happening or not, if we'd heard the same words a year ago, it would have still been as true is, It's true. So, we have the word in German herausgewachsen. So, well, it is outgrown. Yeah, it is outgrown. So it's almost like your feet have outgrown these shoes, but more than, even if they never fit, you've outgrown the mindset of rather trying to squeeze yourself in, and rather than that, you go out into the world and find shoes that do fit. And I was thinking this, I guess, allegory, you can't really walk life without, you can't really walk, the journey of life with shoes that keep squeezing and are too short and are too small and hurt you. How will you das Leben bestehen? How do you say, I'm gonna say conquer, because even though conquer is a little bit too fightful, but conquer, I don't have a better word, whatever comes at us, if we can't even, like, our own standpoint doesn't even have space and a place to really stand, really take that stand, or really take that, or defend that point. Can you take care of your own feet, You can't take, like, when you look at the next step, what's the next step to take in life? But if you can't even take care of our own feet, like, if I can't even take care of what's there, how will I take the next step? And we all know that changes, or if those who don't know, they will